Are we living in a simulation? The mind-bending theory that challenges reality. Hey there, fellow truth seekers. What if I told you that everything you know, every experience you've ever had, is just part of an elaborate simulation? Every sight, sound, and feeling, carefully crafted by some advanced intelligence. Sounds wild, right? But what if this mind-bending theory isn't as far-fetched as it seems? What if our entire existence, down to the very laws of physics, is just a sophisticated computer program? Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into this fascinating concept that's sweeping through both science and philosophy. Imagine for a moment that our entire reality is nothing more than a complex computer program, a grand design orchestrated by entities or civilizations far more advanced than we can even imagine. This notion of simulated reality doesn't just challenge our perception of life, it questions the very foundation of consciousness, existence, and everything we think we know about the universe. In this journey, we'll explore the theories and implications behind the simulation hypothesis, considering perspectives from philosophers and scientists alike, and unravel why this concept has become a heated topic of debate in modern discussions. Let's kick things off with the roots of this theory. Philosopher Nick Bostrom brought a structured argument to the table with his influential work, The Simulation Hypothesis. Bostrom argues that one of the following statements must be true. First, that advanced civilizations never reach the capability to create realistic simulations of their past because of technological limitations, or perhaps self-destruction before reaching this point. Second, if civilizations do reach a sufficient technological level, they simply have no interest in creating such simulations of their history or ancestors. Or third, we're almost certainly living in a simulation right now. If the first two scenarios aren't true, then the third is not just possible but likely, according to Bostrom. Just imagine, if civilizations can and want to create simulations, it becomes almost a statistical certainty that our world is one of them. Mind-bending, isn't it? But Bostrom's theory is just one part of a bigger puzzle. Scientists are also taking a serious look at the idea that our reality may not be as real as we think. In fact, some argue that certain physical constants and mathematical patterns in our universe could be evidence that we're existing within a programmed environment. Take, for instance, the strange behaviors observed in quantum mechanics. At a quantum level, particles seem to act in peculiar ways, only choosing a state once they're observed, a phenomenon known as the asterisk observer effect. Some theorists have suggested that this behavior is reminiscent of how a computer simulation might operate, where details are only rendered when they're needed, like in a high-performance video game. Speaking of video games, let's consider the rapid evolution of technology. Think of how far we've come in creating realistic simulations ourselves, from early video games to advanced virtual reality systems. Elon Musk, a well-known proponent of the simulation theory, has pointed out that if civilizations continue to develop virtual technologies at the same rate, it's only a matter of time before creating fully immersive simulated worlds becomes possible. According to Musk, the odds of us being in base reality, the original, non-simulated universe, are actually quite low. If our civilization can create convincing simulations, it's reasonable to assume that more advanced civilizations have already done so, potentially many times over, making it more likely that we're living in a copy rather than the original. Beyond individual voices, some researchers have even found peculiar patterns in cosmic rays that some claim could hint at a grid-like structure, not unlike a digital simulation. And there's the ever-popular asterisk Mandela effect asterisk, a phenomenon where large groups of people recall events differently than how they supposedly happened. Examples include people remembering Nelson Mandela's death in the 1980s, he actually died in 2013, or entire groups insisting that certain details in pop culture or historical events happened differently than recorded. Some suggest these instances could be glitches, or reprogramming in the matrix, remnants of slight adjustments or resets within the simulation. However, not everyone is sold on the simulation theory. Skeptics argue that this hypothesis is inherently untestable, which presents a problem in terms of scientific validity. Science often relies on testable and falsifiable hypotheses, and without concrete evidence or the ability to break out of the simulation, the idea remains speculative. Another criticism points to the possibility that humans are projecting their technology-driven worldview onto reality. Just as past civilizations explained natural phenomena with their own technological advancements, are we merely using our understanding of computers and digital worlds to explain the mysteries of the universe? For some, the concept of a simulated reality is unsettling. If our lives are coded, what does that mean for free will? Are we merely puppets in a cosmic program, controlled by some entity beyond our comprehension? Does it mean that every decision we make is predetermined, and that our actions are no more meaningful than those of a video game character? It's a haunting thought, yet one that challenges the very core of our understanding of life and agency. But let's assume for a moment that we are indeed in a simulated reality. What would this revelation mean for humanity? How would it change our understanding of existence, purpose, and morality? If we're in a simulation, it might imply that our creators, whether they are technologically advanced civilizations or entities we cannot comprehend, could be observing us, maybe even interacting with us in subtle ways. This shifts our understanding of consciousness and morality in profound ways. Are our actions significant on their own, or are we merely data points, valuable only within the framework of the simulation? And if our choices aren't really our own, is there still meaning in our lives, or is it all an illusion? At the same time, this perspective opens up new ways of looking at life. If we see ourselves as characters in a grand cosmic simulation, it might encourage us to view life with a sense of curiosity and adventure. Knowing that our struggles and triumphs could be part of an intricate design can be both liberating and terrifying, prompting us to explore our reality and think about our purpose from entirely new angles. If we're part of a grand experiment or a data collection process, how does that impact how we view our challenges, our relationships, and our dreams? So, what have we learned today? The idea that we might be trapped in a simulated reality is not merely science fiction. It's a blend of philosophy, science, and speculative theory that forces us to confront the unknown. While it remains unproven, the simulation hypothesis challenges us to think beyond the visible, encouraging us to look at life as a mystery waiting to be solved. Are we pawns in a cosmic game, or are we, in some way, the architects of our own reality? The question remains open-ended. Are we living in a simulation, or is this just a wild theory fueled by our fascination with technology and existence? The truth is, we may never know. But pondering these questions can deepen our understanding of life and encourage us to look beyond the surface of what we consider reality. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Are we living in a simulation, or is it all just a fascinating, far-out theory? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this mind-bending discussion, be sure to check out my other videos on consciousness, reality, and the mysteries of the universe.